Becky, thanks so much. With only a few weeks left until the end of the legislative session in Augusta, there is a push to pass preventative gun safety and mental health legislation.
And that now includes a proposal for a red flag law. News Center Maine's Caroline LaCour joins us now in studio to explain how people are reacting to this last-minute bill. Caroline?
Yeah, Zach and Chris, like you mentioned, time is ticking. If this bill does pass, it would make Maine the 22nd state to adopt a red flag law. And while some lawmakers are already on board with the idea, others are raising some flags of their own about the bill.
If he was actually dealt with the way that he should have been, then there would never have been a problem. We wouldn't even be discussing this.
Auction house owner Daniel Buck isn't alone in wondering how someone slipped through the cracks of Maine's yellow flag law. As a gun seller and owner himself,
My reaction always is gun owners are always in favor of new gun laws, provided they take the guns out of the hands of the bad guy out there.
gun safety legislation has been on the desks of many lawmakers as they try to find ways to prevent anything like the Lewiston mass shooting from ever happening again. Now a proposal introduced this week is taking a different approach.
Yellow flag did not go far enough in allowing them to take firearms away from dangerous people.
Presented by the Speaker of the House, Rachel Talbot Ross, an act to enact the Crisis Intervention Order Act to protect the safety of the public would introduce a red flag law to Maine. If passed, it would allow family members to go before a judge to try and get guns away from someone who poses a threat to themselves or others.
Allows people to go directly to the court and to assess whether or not that person is dangerous based on their conduct.
Margaret Groban is a board member of the Maine Gun Safety Coalition. She also teaches law and says she's studied similar red flag laws in other states with her students. She believes there's evidence those laws have been successful in preventing gun violence.
And they are really proven suicide prevention tools. And in Maine, where our gun violence problem is primarily firearm suicide, I think that's a step that we should be taking.
I think they work in tandem.
Senate President Troy Jackson says he's already behind the idea and sees the proposal as an opportunity to add on to Maine's existing yellow flag law, which says the process of taking guns from someone in a crisis has to be initiated by a law enforcement officer.
What I think is that we can have both of these bills as tools for what, Lewiston showed, that there is a problem.
But some are already expressing concerns about the red flag proposal. Gun seller Daniel Buck says he hopes the wording of the bill can be adjusted to prevent anyone from taking advantage of the system.
They need to really make sure that whoever calls in and does this, if for some reason it's done for the wrong reasons, they need to be prosecuted.
Zach and Chris, Buck says he, like many others in the recent past, thinks the real focus should be on using the yellow flag law that's already in place instead of passing new laws. And he hopes lawmakers can take a closer look at why it failed in the case of the Lewiston gunman.
All right, Caroline LaCour in the studio tonight. Thanks so much.